A beautiful beachside Saturday afternoon here in Ventura, California. It is the return of BMX Dirt Best Trick.
Oh, he went for it! Oh, and he sends it and lands it! I told you! Look at that! Huge front flip kicks at that Superman!
Oh, X Games Ventura, it's incredible. I just sat up there for Best Trick and it's a sold out arena. Like, and you could see it. There was people, as far as I could see, I'm on top of a 30-foot roll in, and you don't know what that does to my confidence. That's why I could go out there and send those tricks, just because there's just a sea of people sitting there waiting, ready to watch me do it. I mean, I'm super motivated by everyone in the contest. I knew David Gozdiak was going to pull out some crazy stuff because, like, he has his own unique way of coming at BMX riding, and it shows.
Okay, David Gozdiak coming down the roll in.
Oh, that was a whole different trick, and he landed it! Oh my goodness! He went for a completely different trick. I'm pretty confident to say that he just did a 360 body burial.
Look at that!
That was never been done. And if it's been done, it might have been hit before, but wow! But just look what happened. He does the 360, but does an extra 360 with his body. Catches it and continues the rotation. I did not expect that at all. That wasn't on my radar.
Did you see? Watch his right hand.
Yeah, he finds the bike, and look, he's got to get that right foot to be able to stop the bike, pull it. He found it at the last second. That was unbelievable.
He missed the grab coming around, and he's holding on to the right side under the grip of the handlebars, comes back and finds the grip to land that one. Wow!
And then you got guys like Dubby, like, he's out there with so much energy, and he actually, so I drop in last, but he drops in first, so we were kind of hanging out like the most. So it was cool to see him drop in first, land his 1080 front flip, but I knew he was going to do that easy. I knew he wanted to do the 1440, and to see him send that, that's what got me hyped.
One another, and then just keep pushing the limits as we take our first look at Caden Stone.
Something's off of the twister right there. So that is like a cork off access 1080. It's like a variation of the cash roll, which is a pretty much, it's like a version of a front flip 360, but you don't officially like go forward like a front flip. You kind of use the off axis rotation.
So he just sets the bar right there.
Yeah, so first attempt, I actually did a double backflip 360.
Sends the Aussie roll over the first. Oh my goodness.
We call it an Aussie roll because an Aussie did it first. But basically when I did my first ever dirt X Games event, I tried to do an Aussie roll in that event and I actually didn't land it. Like I just dabbed my foot. So I wanted to get redemption and I wanted to get it first try.
Ryan Williams. He's another one. This is where he excels. When it comes to best trick events, I mean, this guy is an absolute machine.
Oh, and he sends the Aussie roll over the first. Oh my goodness.
First jump.
Wow. That was a trick that we saw him try in the actual dirt competition. He only tried the foot, he was right there, but he did it on the smaller jump, the final jump. But to send that over the 30-footer is bonkers. Wow. I had to react to that one.
I'm still trying to process what just happened, and I saw that.
Look at that. This is a double backflip 360. Now, this trick was invented a couple years back. But look at this. The way that he spins, gets that 360 in that flip rotation. The last one ends up coming around like in more of a straight rotation, but that was perfect. Beautiful. He found exactly where the landing was. Man, X Games mode sums it up.
I was gonna say, oh, and we have a new leader. Ryan Williams goes to the top spot here as we are working our way towards the 13-minute mark.
And we got it first try, and I knew once I landed that Aussie roll, I'm like, here we go. Now it's for the big boy trick. It's the front flip, nothing front bike flip. And I wasn't sure if it was gonna be possible because I've done it before at my house, but that jump is on a 13-foot lip with a 30-foot gap. Like, it's a huge jump, way bigger than when I did it here, and it's to resi. So I had to go full send mode here at X Games California.
This one's it. Oh, really? This one's for Pat.
Yeah, so second attempt, I tried my nothing front flip, and what happened was I come off the lip. You have to test the lip, so when you test the lip because every lip's different, the takeoff ramp, and it affects the bike different. So what happens is my body and bike's doing a front flip, but then my bike's gonna do a double front flip when I let it go. So the trick happens at the start. The rest of the trick is just committing.
I heard rumors about this. We're gonna find out right now.
Here it comes, Scotty.
Oh, he went for it! The nothing front bike flip, front flip. His signature move. Just imagine that. Doing a front flip, but also sending that bike for an extra front flip, detaching from it, trying to grab the grips and pull it back underneath from you. You can see that he barely got a hold of the grips right there.
The whole trick basically happens at the start. Everything has to be perfect. You have to throw the bike into a perfect front flip. You have to throw it close enough so you can catch it. And what happened on that first one was I took off and it was maybe an inch too far away. I could still grab it, but I couldn't rip it in straight away. So I had to find a bail point. And at that point I was falling 10 feet out of the sky. And I was terrified because I'm like, I know this dirt, you know, dirt, it's not soft. You might think of dirt as soft, but they packed that thing so hard and fell from the sky. But it was kind of like a wake up. You know, you need that little experimental first try to figure out what you need to do.
Oh, here we go, Caden.
Yes, and he got away right there! Wow. Tosses the bike after that. Look at that tweet. These riders in BMX Best Trigger defying physics right now.
Oh my goodness. So a twister would be a Cork 1080. That is a Cork 1440 right there. That was unbelievable. And it was perfect as well. I'm gonna lose my voice, Jimmy, I
was
think.
gonna say, we still have part to do after this.
Look at him just looking and twisting, rotating around, coming over on that last rotation where the bike comes over, his body comes over the top of the bike, and it was perfect. He landed in control. That was unbelievable.
Look at the way that he twists his head around into the spin there and then just tucks back in here right on the last rotation.
So that rotation of that crash roll opened up so much for these riders to be able to achieve a 1440. I mean, a 1440 in BMX was impossible. Nobody ever thought it would be possible.
Oh,
we got a new leader!
He's on top of the leaderboard here. How about that? Caden Stone has just overtaken Ryan Williamson.
Yeah, it was awesome to see Caden do the 1440. I feel like that really motivated me. That made me know that I had to do that front flip, nothing front bike flip to have a chance, you know? I did the Aussie roll and I think it's an awesome trick, but I think that doing a 1080 fronty on that jump is just like insane. So I knew he'd taken my spot and it just motivated me more. I was like, okay, that means I have to do it. Otherwise, we're not getting that gold. So it kind of motivated me. And I knew that I had one more run after the third one, but third time's a charm and I didn't want to have to use it. Yeah, third one, I'm up there. I did ask, actually, I said, are we gonna get another run? And they said, yeah, you're gonna get another run. And I said, well, I'm not gonna need it. That's exactly what I said to them. And then I'm sitting there, I put my head on my bars and I just go through the trick of my brain. Like, you could write your name with your eyes closed, right? Most people could anyway. Well, I can ride my bike with my eyes closed, so I just shut my eyes. And I imagine going off the lip, and I imagine what I did the last time, and I imagine what I needed to do this time. And I did the trick right there. Open my eyes, it's go time, get some crowd, get that energy. You know, I want to be able to hold on, because when you fall from the sky, you need to be holding on. Even if the trick's perfect, you might be landing hard, you gotta hold on. So, punch my hands a little bit, dropped in, one crank, because I need some speed, popped off, through the nothing front bike flip, and pretty much it was perfect.
Oh my goodness, here we go. What does Ryan Williams do this time around?
Nothing front bike flip and he lands it, that's unclean! Oh my goodness, I don't know what what to do here. I'm so glad that I'm calling it. I'm not a judge at this point. Because what we're seeing is BMX history being done over and over and over again.
To try to describe the energy level that's going on with the fans right now, I mean, the amount of people, the sea of humanity that is out here. I haven't walked through a crowd like that in the X Games. I mean, you got to go back to the San Francisco days. I mean, there were so many people out here, and they're loving every bit of what they're seeing out here.
Look at that, the nothing front bike flip, front flip. Only Ryan Williams does this trick, but it's never been done before on like a dirt jump of this caliber. Look at that car on the bike and just whips it around.
I mean, to pull that back around, yeah. I mean, his feet are back on the pedals while he's still completely inverted at that point and just comes around the rest of the rotation.
I watched the bike flip, grabbed the handlebars, got on. I really rushed it because I know that I didn't have much time because although the dirt jump's huge, it's not as huge as my jump. Braced for impact because I was falling like 10 feet and just stomped it, you know. I kind of almost had to sit it out because I landed so hard, but it worked, so let's go. You know what, like I landed that front flip, nothing front bike flip, I think it's one of the best tricks I've ever done. And I think doing it on a jump so small to dirt in a contest, it's honestly one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. So I felt pretty confident, but I still wanted to do my fourth jump because I still wanted to do something for the crowd. But yeah, that's gonna go down as one of the hardest tricks I've ever done. Yeah, I just felt bad, like there's such a big crowd. So after I landed my third run, obviously that was the hardest trick I was gonna do because that's the hardest trick I've ever done. But then I looked back up and there was, I don't know if there was even anyone dropping in after me. And I was like, you know what? I think I got a crowd pleasing trick, and there's a lot of, you know, we've got FMX here, and I'm a big fan of FMX, and I knew that there was just a trick I really wanted to do for the FMX boys, and it's called a ruler front flip.
This one's for the crowd.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
Oh,
this one's for the crowd.
This one, usually when he says stuff like that, this one's for the crowd, it also means it's for progression because this man does not know how to take his foot off the gas pedal when it comes to taking things to new heights.
I'll say it again, I'll say it over and over again. We are so lucky to have Ryan Williams on a BMX bike. Look at that, huge front flip, kissing that Superman. Oh, he just bypassed that jump. I can tell you what, Ryan Williams just made a whole lot of new fans right here. I mean, they all knew him already, but to see that happen in person over and over and over again.
And what an X Games he's having. Take a bow, sir. Yeah, this is Ryan Williams' world. We just live in it. I love, that's one of my favorite tweets right there. He's already got a gold in Mega Park. He got a silver in dirt, his first ever appearance in BMX Dirt. A possible medal here right now. We don't know. They've taken the
Look at the
stats
extension,
off.
Jimmy. The bike hit him in the back of his head, in his back.
He's just in full scorpion mode on that one right there.
Oh, he is the ultimate.
Look where his heels are.
Best trick rider to do so many different tricks in a best trick setup. He's not signing off. He's delivering for the crowd. And like I said, Ryan Williams, we are lucky to have you in this sport. Grateful to be calling his runs and seeing him push our sport over and over again.
And I'm like, what a better time to do my biggest ever extension on a ruler front flip. And I can happily say that I did because I landed and then completely missed the second jump, which was really fun because I was flying through the air not knowing if I was going to hurt myself. So I was kind of laughing but terrified at the same time. But I was all good. I hope the crowd liked it. Yeah, I remember getting back. I was obviously still just so pumped on the contest. I feel like I nearly missed it. I was late to watch the screen. I was just embracing the crowd, embracing everyone around me. Yeah, went over. Dubby's there waiting. I was waiting. And yeah, I felt pretty confident because I've actually done a 1080 front flip before, but not on a dirt jump that big, so hands down to Dubby. But yeah, ended up taking first. I was pumped.
They're all waiting, and it's going to be Ryan Williams with a goal!
Wow, Caden Stone getting the silver. And David Godziak getting the bronze medal right there.
That's
and I will say it.
third medal. He's got 2 gold and now a silver on the weekend.
Unbelievable. This guy, it was built for the X Games. He was built for these big moments. Wow, that's all I gotta say, Jimmy. I can't handle this.
Does that count now?
I was just trying to listen to what Ryan's saying because he has so many awesome sound bites, but let's take another look.
The nothing front bike flip. Front flip right there.
It sounds crazy to even say that.
It's an impossible trick that he brought to reality. And look at that's the one he did for the crowd right there. X Games is lucky to have Ryan Williams. Absolutely. Everybody that's here watching, in attendance, got the ultimate show by him stepping on his bike today and just putting it on.
Super pumped, but I'm also so pumped for Dubby because it's his first X Games. And it was so sick. We were getting pumped up and I'm like, but Pat, dude. And I'm like, just put 1 extra pedal. And then he went and stomped it. So it would have been actually pretty funny if he beat me with I would have gave him advice to beat me. And that would be fun. That would be pretty funny. But no, stoked to take the win and stoked for Dubby, stoked for Godziak, stoked for everyone. I thought it was a great contest. Best tricks are always the best contest, I reckon, because it's just balls to the walls. Let's go. I mean, this whole contest, I feel like Pat and my best friend Luke have been giving me the strength to do everything you see me doing here. I'm thinking about them. I'm thinking, every time I walk the stairs, I thought of them. Every single time. I almost stopped every time I walked to the top, especially on those like nerve-wracking runs or like if I knew I was trying something crazy, I'd stop and just, you know, almost talk to them. You know, send them a message, just, this one's for you, look out for me. This one's for you, like, let's go. And then, yeah. I know if Pat was here, man, he would have sent it just as hard. He'd be looking like me right now, like totally ripped up everywhere. I went through 3 pairs of pants. I feel like Pat went through 3 pairs of pants every time he rode. So he was there with us today and he was there with Dubby. I feel like he gave Dubby the strength. He wouldn't have been able to do that without Pat. I wouldn't have been able to do the tricks I did without Pat, without Luke. And yeah, I was actually wearing my best friend's helmet the whole time, and
Love you, Luke.
I've wore it the whole X Games. I'm gonna keep wearing it, and it's like a secret power. Check on your mates, give them a hug, tell them you love them. If you haven't talked to your mate for a while, maybe just check in. It can really, really help, you know? It's better to do it than to lose them.
Yeah, obviously I'm out here riding for my best friend who passed away, Luke Bellin, but I'm also riding for Pat Casey. This should have been called Pat Casey Dirt Best Trick. And look at me, I end up looking like Pat Casey at the end of a Best Trick contest. So I actually want to donate this whole purse, the prize money for this, all to Pat Casey's family. So I want to donate, I don't know how much it is, but whatever it is, give it to Pat Casey's family, because they deserve it. I wish he was here dropping in with us. The contest would have been even crazier. We love you, Pat. Let's go.